I've always wanted to leave behind a legacy for this connection that I've shared with every fan of Descendants of Zombies. That is what I will always be remembered for and never forgotten because of. This connection is what allowed me to become closer with all of you and share my story with the world, the story that I never imagined would have been so well received by so many wonderful people. The response that I have received for creating this YouTube channel revolving its content around Descendants of Zombies has fallen nothing short of overwhelming. I feel like I've fallen down through a rabbit hole, and I've been walking through the forest of Oregon for forever. Along the way, I've shared with you the stories about these beautiful characters that you couldn't help but fall in love with, the inspiration that you took away from them, your favorite songs, your favorite moments, and I really had the time of my life, and I will never forget any of you for the impact that you've had on my heart and my life. Because you guys have changed it in so many unimaginable ways. You have made me feel stronger. You have made me feel connected to these franchises, which I've loved so much. God knows that I've loved Ruby Rose Turner for forever, and she will always be my favorite Descendants character for how genuinely sweet the girl was. I honestly believe that every room that Ruby Rose Turner ever stepped into, she wanted to not only bring the best out of herself, but everybody she worked with, and she had the opportunity to do that. And that song, Life is Sweeter When You Are, is a song that's been stuck in my head for forever. It really was a bubblegum type song that ultimately led everybody to becoming everybody's favorite song. And it's one of the catchiest Descendants songs that we've ever heard. I know that songs like If Only and Space Between will forever remain some of your guys' favorite songs. But if you actually give the song Life is Sweeter When You Are a chance, you can't help but fall in love with it for its message about how kindness can really take a person further in this lifetime. Because when you really think about it, everybody endures a form of bullying every day. We may never admit to it, but we never really have the best days. And I think what gets us through those days are the friendships that we make in our lifetime, the friends who kind of show up in our lives for sometimes some unexplained reasons that we never know the reasons for it happening, but the friendships that we make are what helps us see everything through and helps us make sense of everything going on around us. And I think Ruby's kindness with the friendships that she had in her lifetime is what made Descendants so worth it. It really made it worth it for me watching Ruby Rose Turner grow into such a beautiful person, a stronger person if anything, that made everybody around her feel stronger about themselves and their abilities to bring characters such as Red and Chloe to life. And I also was very fond of the friendship between Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker for how far it's come. I've never really bought in to all these rumors that have been revolving around Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker's business and personal friendship, because there have been a lot of rumors that have begun because of what happened last summer at the Worlds Collide Tour, which became the reason that many people believe that Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker had chosen to opt out of the Worlds Collide Tour along with Freya Sky. I think what they're doing with this tour is pretty much opening up the door and leaving the door more widely open than ever before for these new characters to introduce themselves to us. And I'm really excited to be a part of their futures with all of you, because I really do believe that people like Liamani Segura and Keanu Romero still have a long way to go, Alexandra Bird, Malachi Burton. They're going to offer a lot to this franchise because they still have a long way to go. They are really figuring out their place in the world, which makes this franchise so special for all of us. I think this franchise is what's brought us that much closer together and made us feel stronger about our dreams and our goals. Because if you've ever had a dream or a goal, you should pursue those dreams and those goals, because you only have so many opportunities in this lifetime to really make those dreams happen for you. Life is really too short. And the friendships that kind of happen for us and come into our lives should mean more to us than probably words could ever say. And that's what Descendants of Zombies has helped us realize, just how precious time is and how to value friendships that kind of just happen for us for no particular reason. I've seen some of the most beautiful friendships of all time kind of just happen for Descendants of Zombies fans. And those people who have become friends over Descendants of Zombies have been friends for really forever. I've had many friends in my lifetime that I feel like I've been friends with for forever. Now, years ago, we didn't have Descendants of Zombies to bond over. We were lucky if we had the latest Super Mario video game on Nintendo 64, because back in 1996, 1997, girls would bond over their love for the Backstreet Boys, and guys would bond over their love for video games such as Super Mario 64, which was fun in its own right. But, you guys loving Descendants of Zombies with all of your heart, it really beats having to collect 120 stars in Super Mario 64, which was very difficult to do, or finishing the latest installment of Resident Evil. You guys have Descendants of Zombies dolls to collect, which is so cool. You had Descendants of Zombies music to relate over. and connect and form bonds over. You have the Worlds Collide Tour to go out and have the time of your life at, and take selfies of yourself with your friends and post them on social media, which is really beautiful. I know that is never really heard or seen from a lot of content creators giving you guys praise for the photos you post on social media of yourselves having the time of your life at the Worlds Collide Tour, but because I've seen it, I've always wanted to give you guys praise when you deserve it, and you guys deserve a lot of praise because you guys really glowed at the Worlds Collide Tour. You know, years ago, I remember attending some of my very first concerts of Selena Gomez and Hilary Duff and having the time of my life back then in a very different generation of Disney and being a Disney fan. It was very different growing up as a part of the Disney Renaissance era and what Disney eventually became. But I've often wanted the opportunity to grow up and be your guys' age just to have the chance to experience Descendants of Zombies for what it was worth and have the time of my life. Because when it came to recording videos about Descendants of Zombies, I only wanted to give you guys the best. I have believed firmly that you guys have deserved way better reviews for a very long time, and it was about time somebody came through with a review for you guys that actually made sense, that talked about Ruby Rose Turner's strength because he himself believed that Ruby Rose Turner was the most strongest person that he ever saw in his life. The shape she's in, the dedication, and the heart that she exemplifies for Descendants of Zombies, even though her time was very short-lived, will never ever be forgotten. So too will never the contributions of people like Sophia Carson and Dove Cameron, who have held a very special place in our heart for forever, and for many of you, Cameron Boyce, whose legacy will never ever be forgotten as long as I have a breath within me and can produce this YouTube channel for you guys. His legacy will live on eternally. And coming up next month, we will celebrate the birthday of Cameron Boyce, and I am inviting you to join me for that celebration. And coming up in July, we will commemorate his passing, as we do every year here on this YouTube channel, as we will never forget the contributions of the past cast of Descendants and how much of a valuable place they held in all of our hearts. If you're somebody who is a fan of either the original trilogy or the new spin-off, then I think this could be the YouTube channel for you. You just got to give me a chance. You got to give me at least 15 minutes. And I know 15 minutes is really long for a lot of people, but I really put my heart into Descendants of Zombies because of the response this YouTube channel has received, which led me to making the decision to dedicate the rest of my life to uploading videos about some of your favorite stars, because I saw passion coming from within them. I saw a friendship that they couldn't feel more proud to put on display for everybody in entertainment and the world to see, because these friendships were really beautiful. You couldn't help but take something special away from these friendships every single time. I think we've often thought about ourselves and the friendships we've had in our own lives that are represented by the friendships of Kylie and Malia and Ruby and many others, Freya and Malachi, which is a beautiful friendship in its own right because of how incredibly supportive they are of each other. I had many Freya and Malachi fans who have subscribed to this YouTube channel who have been with me from the very beginning, and I've said thank you more than enough to all of you because I know that I wouldn't be here without your guys' love and support. The love and support that I receive for this YouTube channel is truly undescribable. I think there was 1 week last summer where over 300 people, somewhere between 250 and 300 people, subscribed to this YouTube channel in just 1 week. And why do you guys think that was? It was because everybody saw something special in every video that I would go on to create, sharing you stories about Freya and Malachi and Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim for how incredibly supportive they were of each other. I know that Meg Donnelly's been very excited about her released EP just last summer, and the Rope Back musical, which Mila Manheim came out of love and support for her on Broadway. It was so cool seeing her be in her first ever Broadway musical. I know she was very excited about it, and she's going to have way more opportunities than just being denied for the role of Supergirl. You know, I see this Supergirl promo all the time, every time I go to the movies, because I have the chance to attend a lot of movie premieres. And I see the Supergirl promo all the time, the Supergirl posters, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me without Meg Donnelly playing that role, because every role that she's ever taken on the responsibility of bringing to life, she's done an exceptional job. I've always thought Meg Donnelly was incredibly beautiful, and I felt as if she never really got a whole lot of credit for all the roles that she had. Addison Wells, Taylor Otto, and American Housewife. There have been so many incredible roles that she's brought to life that have meant more to her than words could ever say. And I think that it's been very difficult for her to kind of really put into perspective how much these roles have meant to her and how far she's come, being from a family that had no acting background whatsoever. So I think we can go out of our way to really give her the praise that she deserves and always say something nice about her, because what girl can say, "I love Batman" in Japanese? Not many girls can say that, and I was always a huge Batman fan. I was always a really big Batman fan, and when I heard her say such things as "I love Batman" in Japanese, that was really cool, and her heart was really in the right place. That was the thing about Meg Donnelly. So when I noticed that people weren't really saying a whole lot of nice things about her and really offering her criticism and giving her a really hard time, because it was really hard for her to really find acceptance in the Disney fandom, I wanted to say something nice about her, and lo and behold, she was able to find her place. And I saw her be a part of the holiday specials where she was on a team where they were trying to survive the Force, the Star Wars Force. She had so many opportunities for Disney. I think she did some voiceover work too. She had her own doll, which was kind of really cool. I've been kind of envious of her because I always wanted my own doll or my own teddy bear. And be it that I was always a fan of superheroes, I think her passion for superheroes is really cool. You know, I have this friend who draws all these superheroes on these huge sketchboards, and one of his rooms in his home is actually full of superhero posters that he's drawn himself, and they're really lifelike. They're just like stepping inside a Marvel studio. So, you know, you're never alone when you think you are. And somebody shares in those same passions for superheroes, Descendants and Zombies dolls, Descendants and Zombies merch, being a fan just in general. It's really what allows us to really experience these franchises for their true worth. And I had the chance to experience something so special that I will never ever forget any of you because of. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel, which means more to me than words could ever say, because I never had the chance to really grow up and experience Descendants and Zombies for its true worth, and I did have the chance to really watch these stars grow into such phenomenal superstars, which are really the last of a generation. You know, what we leave behind in the short time that we have in this lifetime are legacies, and we each have one. We may never realize it, but we all have legacies, and we want those legacies to become defined. And how those legacies become defined is how people feel about us and how people respond to us. And the response that we've received for these videos is truly incredible. And it's because of you. It never happened because one guy decided one day in his Mickey Mouse slippers and his Mickey Mouse pajamas that he was going to wake up and he was going to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies for what I said was going to be the rest of my life. And you know, so many people held on to that promise. So many people believed in that promise that this guy was going to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies for the rest of his life. And every day there was always one new video, always uploaded and forever, about Descendants of Zombies. And that's what's made this whole experience worth it for me every single time. If there was one thing that I could be in possession of a pocket watch to go back in time to have the chance to do, it would be relive this entire experience from the ground up. Watching Descendants of Zombies premiere for the first time ever, seeing characters played by Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson being brought to life, and how strongly they felt about those characters early on. Now, while those characters may have become separated from them and they may have lost their way in the Descendants franchise, new characters came in and stole their hearts in so many unbelievable ways that we all took something special away from, no matter who we were. We all had a favorite character, a favorite moment that came the distance in defining us for being fans of Descendants of Zombies. And quite honestly, guys, I've had the time of my life bringing these videos to life and feeling so passionate more than I ever have anything related to Disney for forever. I remember being the biggest fan of Hannah Montana and spending all my money on Hannah Montana merchandise, just posters and dolls and even the replica guitar that she had, the Hannah Montana jackets that I had on display. I've been very passionate and very adamant about stars of Disney because I saw something special in them, and I've always had their back. So when it came to talking about Kylie Cantrell, the one thing I always wanted to do was say something nice about her because she deserved to have something nice said about her, and I believed in her with all of my heart. I know that I record a lot of videos about Descendants of Zombies, but I do it with the hope that somewhere, somehow, I'm going to touch the heart of so many wonderful people of Descendants of Zombies. You guys gave me the opportunity to be a part of something so special that I will never forget any of you because of. So from wherever you hear my voice this morning or maybe watching this video, just know that you will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart, because after creating this YouTube channel, I found out that fans of Descendants of Zombies, I realized that fans of Descendants of Zombies are some of the strongest people and forever passionate people that you could ever have the opportunity to work with and have the opportunity of meeting. Because I've met thousands of fans of Descendants of Zombies. I took myself up on the opportunity to be a part of something so special, and I will never forget any of you for allowing me the opportunity to become a part of your soundtrack and your voice of Descendants of Zombies. So from wherever you're watching this video this morning or from wherever you hear my voice, just know that you will forever and always go on to hold a very special place in my heart, as too will your favorite stars who've always deserved the benefit of the doubt, who've always deserved to be given a second chance, and who have always deserved praise where praise was deserved. I saw something special in them, and I just wanted to showcase that. And you guys allowed me the chance to be a part of something so special. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your life and to have represented you as a part of this soundtrack, which is an opportunity that I will never, ever forget. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel and forever and always watching these videos. It's forever and always been my honor. So from wherever you're watching this video or from wherever you hear my voice, thank you so much again for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel and for always watching these videos.